And now up here, we can see that our current theme is the trade theme. Now let's go ahead and customize our website by clicking on Customize right here. And this will take us into the page builder of Shopify. Now, as you can see here, we already have a lot of placeholder content for our Shopify website, and we can customize everything about this page using this page builder. Now here on the left side, you can see an overview of what we currently have on our page. All the way at the top, we have the header, which is this area right here. And then all the way at the bottom, we have the footer area, which is this one right here. And the header and the footer will be visible on every single page on our store. Currently, we are on the home page, and we can switch pages by just clicking up here and then go to the product page, collection list page, or the cart page, checkout page, and so on. But for now, we're just going to stay here on the home page. And to see what our store looks like on different devices, we can just come up here and switch to the mobile view and see what the store looks like on a mobile phone. Or we can also go to the full screen view right here. And then we can go back to the desktop view. Now, all the themes of Shopify are fully responsive, so they're already optimized for all of the different screen sizes. So what we can do is make all of our changes here on the desktop view, and it should automatically look good on all of the other views as well. Now, customizing our website using the Shopify page builder is very easy. Your page is basically made up of multiple sections, and then within those sections, we have different blocks. So here, for example, we have this image banner section, which is this section right here. And then inside of this section, we have a text block, a heading block, and then a button block. The same here, we have a multi-column section, which is this section right here. And then we have multiple columns within this section. Now here, we could, for example, just delete one of these columns here, but just hovering over them right here and then clicking on the trash icon. Or we can also just click on the column here and then click on the trash icon right here. Or if you want to delete the entire section, we can just delete it here by hovering over it and then clicking on the trash icon. Or we can click on it here, and that will open up the options for this section. And all the way at the bottom, we can see remove section. We can also move sections around on our page. So for example, if you want to move this rich text section, we can just click on it here, and then we can move it wherever we want on our page. Now, whenever we want to add a new section to our page, we can just go to where we want to add that section. Let's say in between those two right here. And then we can see those little plus icons, which when we hover over it, it says add section. So we can just click on it here. And then the menu with the different type of content sections will open up. And for example, we can choose the slideshow section. And by clicking on it, it will be added right here to our page. Another way to add a new section is just going back here to the overview and then scroll all the way down. And right here, we can see add section. So we can just click here and then choose the section we want to add. All right, so now that you understand how the Shopify page builder works, let's start customizing our website. The first thing I want to do is change the background of this hero section right here. So what I'm going to do is click on the image banner right here. And then here under first image, we can select the image we want to use. So either you just click on select image and then choose it from your computer, or you can just drag and drop your image right in here. So now I've changed the background for this image banner. And down here, we can just play around with some options. For example, we can add a second image to have one on the left side, one on the right side, or we can play around with the image overlay opacity to make it darker or a bit brighter. We can also change the banner height to maybe medium, or we can put it back to small. Then we can change with the content alignment right here. We can put it in the center. We can put it to the left side, whatever you think looks the best. In my case, I think it looks pretty good the way it is right now. So I'm going to move on to the next step. So next, I want to change this heading to something different. So let's click on it here, and this will open up the heading options. So I can just replace the text right here. And I'm going to do the same thing with this text right here. Click on it. And then just replace the text. Then let's save the changes we've made so far by clicking on Save at the top right. Then let's also customize this button here. So let's go back to the overview and then choose the button right here. I'm going to change the text from shop all to just shop. And here we can also change where this button link will go to. Currently it's set to all products, which is fine. So I'm going to leave it like that. And if you want, you can also add a second button. So you could do like shop women, shop men or something. And this will add a second button. And here you also want to link that button to that respective collection. And later on in the video, I'm going to show you how to actually set up your product collections. But for now, we're just going to leave it at one button, which goes to all of our products. So that's pretty much it for this image banner. Let's go back to the overview and go to the next section, which is this rich text section that we can see right here. Now, if you don't need it, you can just delete it, but I'm gonna just change the text by just clicking on it. And then I'm just gonna replace the text with something else like quality, sustainability, and individuality. And now we can move on to the next section, which is the proven best sellers section. Here it's called the featured collection. So this basically features specific products from a specific collection. Now, because we haven't set up our products yet and we haven't set up our collections yet, here we can see some placeholder content. So we can use this featured collection to showcase a specific category from our store, like for example, our best sellers or maybe our new arrivals. I will just add my new arrivals collection. So let's just click on this section to open up the menu right here. Then let's go to collection and click on select collection. And I'm going to select the new arrivals, which is right here, and then click on select. And this is now going to show all of our products that are in our new arrivals category. Now, I want to just show 5 of these products here on the homepage. So what I can do is just go to maximum products to show and decrease it to just 5. And this will show the view all button because there are actually more products in this category. Now I'm going to change the button style a bit. So I'm going to scroll down here and under view all style, choose the outline button. And then I also want to change the title here to new arrivals. So let's scroll up and then change the title right here. And then one more thing I want to do is change this quantity selector right here. So let's scroll down and go to the quick add option. Currently it's set to bulk. We can either change it to standard to just add an add to cart button, or if you want to remove it completely, you can just click on none here, and then you will just have the image of the product with the name and the price. And that's it for the featured collection. Let's save our changes. And then let's move on to the next section right here, which is the categories section. Here we basically have a collection list element or collection list section, as we can see here, where we can showcase all of the different categories we have on our store. So to add our categories here, let's just click on the first collection, and then we can just click on select collection and then choose the first one. I'm going to start with backpacks, select, and then do the same thing for the second one here. Just click on it, select collection, and then choose the second category. Now I have added 5 of my categories, but I still have a few more. So to add more categories, I can just go to my collection list, click on add collection, and this will give me a new one right here. And we can also rearrange them by just clicking, holding, and then just dragging them wherever we need them to be. Now, personally, I think it would look a bit better if we would have the same layout as up here with the featured collection. So just one row with 5 options and then the view all button. So to do that here for the category list as well, we're going to have to delete the bottom categories. So let's do that by going back to the overview here. And then under collection list, I'm just going to delete all of the bottom categories like this. And then to add the view more button, let's select our collection list, then scroll down and click on enable view all button. And now if our visitors want to see all of our categories, they can just click on view all and they will get to the category list page. Now, one more thing I want to do is change the title up here. So I'm going to change that to just our top categories. Then let's save our changes. Now let's go back to our page overview by going back one step here. And then let's just close all of our sections to kind of get a better overview of what we have on our homepage. So we have the image banner here at the top, then we have this text section, then we have the featured collection, then our collection list, and then by default here at the bottom we have a multi-column section, we have another featured collection, and then we have this multi-column section. Now I want to add a few different things to my homepage. So what I'm going to do is just delete all of these sections. I'm going to delete the multi-column, the featured collection, and also the next multi-column. So what I want to add next below this category list is a slideshow section with a few images, a few lifestyle images showcasing our products being used. So let's add a slideshow section by clicking on Add Section right here, and then choose Slideshow. Now I want to just show pictures without any text or buttons. So I'm gonna click on this image slide here, and then just delete the text for the heading, delete the subheading, and also delete the button label. And then just scroll down a bit and untick the Show Container on Desktop option. And now we just have the image. So let's add the image for the first slide. Let's scroll up, and then I'm just gonna drag and drop in my image to this box, and it will automatically be added to the first slide. And now I wanna add 2 more images to this slideshow. And to just copy the settings of this first slide, we can just go to the 3 dots right here and then click on Duplicate. And then again, 3 dots, Duplicate. Now when we go back here, we can see we have 3 times the same slide, and we have 1 more here, which we can actually delete by clicking on the trash icon. And now all we have to do is replace the images. So let's click on the second slide and then drag in the second image. Then let's go back and click on the third slide and drag in the third image and save our changes. And now to see what it looks like, let's go to the 3 dots here, click on View to see a preview of our homepage. Then here, let's scroll down to the slideshow, and here we can see we have the first image here, and after 5 seconds, it will automatically change, or we can just click on this arrow down here. It will also change to the next image and then to the last image here. Now let's go back to our page builder. And the next thing I want to do is also add a specific product directly to the homepage. So this would be a feature product section. So to do that, let's click on Add Section, and then let's go for Feature Product, and it will be added right here. Now all we have to do is choose a specific product we want to feature on the homepage. So we can just click on Select Product, and then let's say we want to feature this product right here, the Roll Top Limited. So let's click on it and click on Select. And now we have this featured product section on the homepage. Now another type of section I like to add to a homepage is a collage section. So here under Add Sections, we can choose Collage. And this allows us to add a lifestyle image right here of the product being used. Then we can add that product right here, and we can add the collection where that product belongs to. So let's add the image first by clicking on it and then just dragging in the image to this box. Then let's go to this product and click on Select Product and find this product we have right here. I think it's this one, so let's click on Select. Actually, this looks a bit different, but let's pretend it's the same product. And then here under Collection, we can choose a specific collection. So let's click here. And then I think this belongs to the small bags collection. So let's select it here and click Select. All right, so that's basically how you can build out a very nice looking homepage for your Shopify website. Obviously, there's a lot more you can add to your homepage. So you can just go to Add Section and then check out all of the different types of content you can add to your homepage. So now let's look at how we can customize the other pages on our Shopify website as well. Up here, we can see we are currently on the home page, but now let's switch to a different page. So let's go to our product page by clicking on products here, and then let's click on default product. So this is what the product page currently looks like. We have the product information here at the top with the name, the price, the description, and the images. And this is actually the information we have entered when we have added the product. So back here in the dashboard, when we go to products and click on that product, this is where the information comes from. So the image, the name, and the description and the price, we can all see here on the product page. And we can edit our default product page the same way as we have edited our homepage. So for example, if we want to disable these features right here, these rows, what we can do is just delete them right here, or we can also just hide them by clicking on this eye icon here for all of them, and then they will be removed from our product page. And to add content to our product page, it's the same thing. So for example, we can click on add section right here, and then maybe add a slideshow to the bottom of this product page right here, add some images, and now we have a slideshow on this product page. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is that whatever you add here to this page will show up for every product that is assigned to the default product page. So we can create different product page layouts for different types of products. Let's say I want to create a specific product page layout for all of my backpacks and then have a different one for all of my duffel bags. I can do that by creating a specific product page template. So let's do that by clicking on default product, then products, and then let's click on create template. I'm going to name this template backpacks and click on create template. And now let's say for all of my backpack product pages, I want to add something here at the bottom that shows why our backpacks are actually the best ones in the market. So what I would want to do is click on add section here, and then maybe I want to do a multi-column section. And then here I'm going to add 3 things why these backpacks are actually the best ones in the business. So let's say we have added all of those features. So let's click on save changes. And now what we want to do is assign all of our backpacks to this specific product page. So we can go back to our dashboard, then go to products, and then let's click on one of our backpacks. Let's click on this one right here. And then here we can scroll down, and under theme template, we want to change it from default product to backpacks and click save. And now when we go to our store, and then look for our backpacks here and click on the one we have selected before, then we can see here on the product page, we have now our multi-column section that we have added before. But again, this is just if you want to use different product pages for different types of products. Now, if you want to keep things simple, what I would do is just stick to one type of product page and then just keep it general so it fits to every product that you have in the store. So let's switch back from the backpack product page template to the default one. Now we can also take a look at the other shop pages we have on our website, like for example, the collection list page. So here we can switch from the product page to the collection list. This page basically shows all of our different product categories. So here, if you want to add something like a banner or something, you can also do that by just adding a section here. And then we also have a page for our collections. So the default collection page just shows how our collections will be showcased when somebody clicks on one of our product categories. Here again, you can just change the design by just clicking on this section, make changes here, or you can also add things by clicking on add section and then just add whatever you think looks great on your collection page. So that's it for our shop pages. Now I want to also create a few more pages that I think every online store should have, which is an about page, a contact page, and an FAQ page. So let's start with our about page. Let's go to the top right here, and then let's click on pages. And then here, let's click on default page. Here we can determine what the default page layout is going to be for our website. So currently our pages will just start with the page name as a title right here, which I think looks a bit boring. So we're going to do something different. So first, let's just hide this section by clicking on the I right here. And then let's add a new section and choose the image banner. Then for banner height, I'm going to choose small. and then untick the show container on desktop. And then I want to delete everything but this heading right here. So let's click on the text, click on the trash icon, and then also let's delete the buttons right here by clicking on the trash icon. And then for this heading right here, I'm gonna make this large. And that's basically it for our default page layout. Now every new page that we add to our store will have this image banner, and we can add contact here as a heading for the contact page. We can add about us for the about page, and obviously we can just change the background image for each single page. So let's save our changes, and then let's start creating our about page. So let's click on default page, pages, and then let's click on create template to create a new one for the about page. I'm going to change this to about us and click on create template. And now here I can change the title by clicking on it and then just typing in about us. And I'm going to also make this bold and then also change the color scheme to make this white. So let's go back and then let's click on the image banner and scroll down and change from scheme 1 to scheme 4. And now I want to change the background image. So I'm going to click on the image banner, scroll up, and then I'm going to drag in the image I want to use for this banner. And there we go. Now, if the image is a bit too bright, what we can do is just increase the image overlay opacity to maybe 30%, so we can then read the title a bit better. And now let's add some content to our about page. So let's go back to the overview, click on add section, and I'm going to start with a rich text section. And then below this section, I'm going to add a multi-row section. So let's click on add section again and choose multi-row. So now we can just start adding content. So I'll start with this right here. So let's say a better way of living, and then also add some text down here. And then I'm also going to delete the button because I don't need it. So let's go back and then let's delete the button right here. And then let's start adding pictures as well for this section. So I'm going to click on it and then drag in the first image. And then we can customize this text area. So I'm going to remove the caption right here. And for the heading, I'm going to say what we make, and then just add some text down here. And again, I'm going to remove the button by just deleting the button label text, and then do the same thing for this row, and then again for the last row. And then maybe all the way at the bottom, we can also add a newsletter sign up section. So let's go back and then let's click on add section and click on email sign up. Here we can also customize it. So maybe we're going to say something like subscribe to our newsletter, and then click on save changes. So now we've created a nice design for our about page, but it's a bit confusing here on Shopify because now we've actually just created a template for a page, but we haven't created the actual page yet. So now we have to go back to the dashboard and create the actual about page and then assign it to this template. So let's go to our Shopify dashboard, then go to online store and click on pages. And then here we can see we have already a contact page. So let's create a new one by clicking on add page. We're going to name this about. And now under online store, we're going to have to choose a theme template. And here we're going to choose the theme template we have just created, which is the about us template. So let's choose about us here and then click on save. And now we can see what that page looks like by clicking on view on your online store. And now we can see this is what the about page looks like. Now later we will also add this page to our navigation menu up here. But first let's also create our FAQ page and our contact page. So let's go back to the page builder and then click here and go to pages and click on create template. Now we're going to create the template for the FAQ page. So let's type in FAQ and click on create template. Then first let's create the banner. So let's change this text to FAQ and let's also make it bold. Then let's change the background image. So let's click on the section and just drag in our FAQ banner image. And then we also want to make the text here white. So let's go back here, click on image banner, and then just change the scheme from 1 to 4. Now let's add our FAQ section below. So let's go back here and click on add section. And for our FAQs, we're going to add the collapsible content section. And then let's customize this section by clicking on it. And then first I'm going to change the title here to something like find your answers here. And then we can move on and customize each of these questions. So let's go back, and I'm actually going to delete all of them except one, so I can create one template for all of my questions. Then let's click on the one we still have. And first I'm going to delete this check mark here by going to icon and then choosing none. And that's basically it for the template. So now to create more of them, we can just go to the 3 dots here and click on duplicate for however many FAQ questions we have. Now, let's say the first question is, how long does the shipping take? We can just go to the heading here and then write the question, how long does shipping take? And then down here, we can add the answer to the question. And we want to do the same thing for all of our questions. So select the second one and fill out everything here. And then one more thing I would add to the FAQ page is a link to the contact page for everybody who didn't find an answer to their question. So let's go to the overview here and click on add section and then just add a rich text section. And I'm going to change the heading here to couldn't find your answer and make the heading size small. Then also change this text right here to something that makes sense. And then I'm going to link this button to the contact page. So let's click on it here, go to the link, and then go to pages and choose contact. And then also change the label to contact us. And that's it. Let's save our changes. Now, just like before, we have just created the template for our FAQ page. Now we have to create the actual page and assign it to this template. So let's go back to our Shopify dashboard, go to online store, pages, add a new page and call it FAQ. And then for theme template, we're going to choose FAQ and click save. Next, let's also finish up our contact page. So let's go back to our page builder and then click here, go to pages. And then for the contact page, we don't need to create a new template because there's already one by default called contact. So let's click on this one. And as you can see here, there's already a contact form. So there's not too much we need to do here on the contact page, but I do want to have the same banner type that we have on the other pages as well. And there's already an image banner right here. So let's click on it. And then I'm going to first add my banner image by just dragging it into this first image box. Now this is way too big, so let's scroll down here, and for banner height, let's choose small. And let's make it a bit darker as well by increasing the image overlay opacity to, let's say, 50%. And now I also want to add the heading that says contact. So let's go back here. And then under image banner, let's click on add block and choose the heading. I'm going to click on the heading block and then change the text to contact, make it large, and also make it bold. And now I need to put it in the center here. So let's click on the image banner again, then scroll down. And for desktop content position, let's choose middle center. And then for desktop content alignment, let's choose center. And now all I need to do is change the color here. So let's go to scheme 1 and choose scheme 4. And let's save our changes. And now when we go back to our Shopify dashboard and go to pages, we can see that the contact page already exists by default. And when we click on it, it's already assigned to the contact page template that we have just customized. So now let's take a look at how to customize our navigation menu. When we go to a preview of our website, we can see here at the top that our navigation menu currently has a home link, a catalog link, and a contact link. Now to customize this menu, we want to go back to the Shopify dashboard, then go to Online Store and click on Navigation. Now by default, we have two menus. We have the main menu, which is the one at the top, and the footer menu. Let's customize the one at the top by clicking on Main Menu. And then here we have the menu that we have seen before. Now I don't want the home link or the catalog link, so I'm just going to delete those links from the menu by clicking on Delete right here and then Remove. And again for the catalog, delete and remove. Now to add new links to our navigation menu, we're going to click on Add Menu Item. And then by clicking into this field, we can see all of the options we have. So we can either just add specific categories directly to the navigation menu, or we can even add specific products to the navigation menu, or we can add specific pages we have created, blogs if we have them. So let's start by adding our About page by going to Pages and then adding the About page here, clicking Add. And then I also want to add my FAQ page, Pages, FAQ, and Add. And now there's multiple ways how you can add your shop pages. Now for this store that has multiple categories, what I would want to do is a link that's called Shop. And then below the shop link, we have multiple sub-menu links that go to the specific categories. So first, let's click on Add Menu Item here. Then let's go and click on this field and then go to Products and choose All Products. Now I'm going to change the name of this link to Shop so that when somebody clicks on this link, it will just go to All Products. Let's click on Add. Now just to see what it now looks like, let's click on Save Menu and then go to our store and reload the page. And now here we can see the menu we have just created. We have the contact link, the about link, the FAQ link, and the shop link. Now the next thing I want to do is create submenus under this shop link right here. So to do that, let's go back to our dashboard and then let's click on Add Menu Item and go into this field. And then let's click on Collections and start by adding the Backpacks collection. Let's click on Add. And now to make this a submenu under the shop link, let's click, hold, and drag this just below a little bit to the right under the shop link like this. And then here I want to add all of my categories. So let's click on Add Menu Item to Shop and choose Collections. And let's continue with Accessories and click on Add. And I'm going to do the same thing for all of the categories I want to add. So now I've added my main 6 categories. So let's click on Save Menu. Then let's take another look at our store by clicking on this eye icon here. And now we can see that the shop link is now a drop-down link. So when we click on the drop-down, we can see all of the categories right here as a submenu. Now we can even further categorize our submenu by having multiple columns right here. So maybe I want to have the first column just for my categories, and then for my specific categories, I want to have a separate column. So to do that, let's go back to our dashboard, and then let's scroll down and click on Add Menu Item. I'm going to call this one Categories, and just click on Add, and then choose Collections, All Collections, and then click on Add. And now I want to drag this as a submenu to the shop page, but now I want to drag all of these collection pages as a submenu of the categories menu. So let's just drag this right here to the right and this as well. And there we go. Now we have 3 levels. We have the first one, which is the shop link. Then we have the categories link. And then as a submenu of this submenu, we have all of those categories. So again, let's click on Save and see what it looks like by going to the preview icon here. And now when we click on the shop drop-down menu, we can see we have a title here called categories, and then we have all of our different categories below this submenu. Now we can also add multiple columns right here. So to do that, let's go back here. Then let's add a new menu item to the shop link by clicking here. Then I'm going to choose collections and all collections again and change the name to discover. Click on add. And now I want to add my special categories in this discover category. So let's click on add here. And then I'm going to go to collections. And I'm going to choose the new arrivals first, add. I'm going to also choose the best sellers. And then also the protective category. Now to make this a sublink for under discover, let's just drag this to the right here. There we go. Now let's click on save menu. Now before we take a look at what it looks like, I want to add one more column for some featured products. So let's click on add menu item again, go here, and now I'm just going to go with products, all products, and here I'm going to name this featured. Click on add. And now here for this column, I'm going to add some featured products. So here, let's click on add, go to products, and maybe we want to feature this product here, add, and then maybe one more, maybe this one. And now again, we want to just drag these products under the featured category and click on save. Now let's check out our menu by going to the eye icon once again, then going to the shop link. And now we have 3 columns. We have our categories right here. We have our special categories like the new arrivals, bestsellers, and so on. And then we also have some featured products all below our shop link. Now the only thing I want to do is change the order of these links. So let's go back to the dashboard. And I want to start with the shop link. So I'm going to drag this all the way to the top. Then I want to have about, then FAQ, and then contact. So now that's it. Let's click on save menu. Now let's see our final menu by clicking on the eye icon once again. And now we have the correct order with the shop link right here, the about link, the FAQ link, and the contact link. Next, let's take a look at how to customize our header area. So let's go back to the page builder right here. Then let's go back to the overview. And then let's start with the announcement bar here at the top. So this announcement bar basically allows you to give special messages to your customers when they first come to your store. So something you could say is like you get 20% off for your first purchase by using this code. Or maybe you can also let people know under what order amount they get free shipping and just stuff like that. Or you can just delete the announcement bar altogether by clicking on the trash icon here if you don't want to use it. But I'm going to actually change the text right here by just clicking on the text here. And I'm going to say something like free shipping for orders over, let's say, $50. Then let's move on to the layout of the header. So let's click on the header right here. And the first thing I want to do is change the layout. So I'm going to put the logo in the center and then have the menu here on the left side. So for the desktop logo position, I'm going to change it from middle left to middle center. And that's it for the header layout. The next thing we want to do is add our branded logo to our store. So to do that, we're going to go into the theme settings by clicking on the gear icon here at the top left. Then let's go to logo. And then right here, we can upload our logo. Now, because this has a dark background, we want to upload the logo that is suitable for a dark background. So optimally, it should have a bright color. So I have a logo for a dark and a bright background. And here I'm going to just drag in the one that is white for the dark background. And now I think it's a bit small. So I'm going to change the logo width to 100 pixels. Now we also want to add your site icon or favicon, which we can add down here. So a favicon is basically the little icon that we can see up here when people visit your store. So currently when we go to our store, we can just see this globe icon, which means we don't have a site icon yet. So let's add it by just dragging it in here. And you want to make sure that it's basically a square version of your logo. So I'm just going to drag it in here. And once it's uploaded, let's click on Save at the top right. Then let's go to the three dots and click on View. And now we can see our site icon here at the top. Now there's one more place where we want to add our logo, which is the checkout page. So let's switch to the checkout page by clicking here. Then let's click on Checkout and New Customer Accounts. And then let's drag the logo for the light background into this field. So for me, this is just the black logo. So let's just drag that in here. And now we can also see our logo here when somebody checks out on your store. Let's save our changes and then go back to our online store theme. Next, let's take care of our website footer, which is all the way here at the bottom of the website. So what I want to do here is add my policy pages, which is like the refund policy, terms of service, privacy policy, and so on. So first we have to create those pages. And to do that, let's go back to the Shopify dashboard. Then here, let's go to Settings, scroll down and click on Policies. And here, Shopify has a cool feature where you can just generate your policies from their templates. So for example, for the return and refund policy, we can just click on Create from Template, and then the text will be inserted here. Now we definitely want to make sure to read through this text and replace all the placeholder content and make sure everything is actually applicable to our business and online store. So do that, and then you can do the same thing for the privacy policy. Again, make sure to actually read through it and replace the placeholder content. The same for terms of service. Now for our shipping policy, there's no template from Shopify. So I've just quickly created a template for myself using ChatGPT. So I'm just going to paste that in here. And then we can also add our contact information. And then let's go ahead and save these policies and close the settings. Now, when we go back to our page builder, then we can see that our policy pages have been added here to the footer. Now, personally, what I like to do is add them to the footer menu so they show up right here in the center instead of here on the bottom left. So to do that, we have to just click on the footer right here. And then to disable the links here at the bottom, I'm going to just scroll down and disable the show policy links feature. And then to add them to the footer menu, let's go back to the dashboard. Go to Online Store, Navigation, then click on the footer menu. And then here we can add those links. So first I'm going to delete the search link and then add a new menu item. Go to Policies and then just choose all of my policies. Once all of the policies have been added, let's save this menu. Then go back to the page builder and save our changes. And now we have our policy links right here in the center. I'm also going to delete this heading right here. So let's click on this menu and just delete the text right here. And next, I also want to add my social media links. So to do that, we're going to go into the theme settings right here, then scroll down and look for social media. And here what we can do is just enter our social media links. So just make sure to enter a direct link that goes to your social media profile. I'm just going to add a random Facebook link right here. So as soon as you add your social media link, then the icon will appear here. And when somebody clicks on the icon, it will go to the link you have entered right here. And by the way, if you want to remove these payment icons here in the footer, you can also do that by just clicking on the footer. And then down here, you can unselect the show payment icons. I actually like to show them on my store because then people can see that they have multiple options to check out on the store. Now, the last thing I want to do here in the footer is change this right here at the bottom. So first of all, I want to change my store to my actual brand name. And then I want to remove the Powered by Shopify text right here. So let's save our changes. Then let's go back to the dashboard and go to settings. And then here under store details, let's click on the profile menu. And then here under store name, we can enter our brand name. I'm just going to enter Medics and click save. And now when I go back to the page builder and reload the page, then I can see that the name has now changed to my brand name. Now let's also take a look at how to remove this powered by Shopify text. To do that, we have to go back to the dashboard once again and go to online store. Here we want to click on the 3 dots next to our theme and click on edit default theme content. Then under filter items, let's type in powered. And then here under links, we can see the powered by Shopify text. So to remove it on our store, we have to just click into this field and then add a space. Then click on save, go back to the page builder and reload the page. And now when we scroll all the way down, we can see that powered by Shopify is now removed. Now let's take a look at how to change your website colors on Shopify. So basically every theme comes with multiple color schemes, which are just color palettes that you can apply to different parts of your website. So for example, let's look at this section right here, the featured collection. So let's click on it. And then here, when we scroll down, we can see under color scheme, we can change it from the scheme 1, which is currently active, to let's say scheme 4. And then the color scheme will change to these colors right here. So usually there are 2 schemes with a light background, 2 schemes with a dark background, and then one with a colorful background with the accent color of this store. And you can basically switch around your color scheme for each section on your page. So I'm going to go back to the scheme 1. And then we can also change all of the colors inside of those schemes as well. And to do that, we have to go into the theme settings, which are up here by clicking on this skier icon. Here we can go to colors. And here we can find those 5 color schemes that we have seen before. So to customize each of them, we can just click on one, and then we can see all of the colors that are added to the elements. So for the background, we have this color right here. Then we have this text color, we have this button color, and then we have some more colors down here. Now you can easily change those colors by just going into this color, and then we can change it to whatever we want. Now you want to be careful when changing individual colors here for one scheme, because you have to keep in mind that usually for different sections on your page, you have different schemes applied. So here, if you would want to change the button color to, let's say, blue, and then here on the scheme 2, for example, you still have this, let's say, brown greenish color for the button color. So you also have to apply it right here and then also look at the other ones to kind of have a congruent color scheme across your store. But by changing these color schemes, the colors will change everywhere across your website where those schemes are applied. There's only one place where we have to go and individually change the button color, which is the checkout page. So when we change from the home page to the checkout page, and then to see the button color, let's go to the thank you page. And then here, when we scroll down, we have this default blue that Shopify uses for the checkout pages. And we can actually change that color as well to our brand color by going down here on the left side. And here we can see color. So here, the accent color, we can just change it by clicking on it and then just changing the color right here for the button and also the accent color. And then the button will change to our branded color. So let's save our changes. And then go back to our store theme. And now if you want to change your font style across your website, you can also do that in the theme settings. So here, when we go to the theme settings and go to typography, then we can choose a different font for our headings and also for our body text. So to change the font for our headings, we can just click on change here and then try out a different font. I'm just going to choose this one. And by choosing it, it will automatically change across your entire website to see what it looks like. Now, if you want to choose this new font, you can just click on select and then it will change across your entire website. The same thing with the body font, just click on change here, choose a different font, and see what it looks like across your store. And if you like it, just click on select. And if you want, you can also change the font size, so the scale, by just dragging this slider to the right to make it larger or to the left to make it smaller. Now here in the theme settings, there's actually a lot more things we could customize, like the page layout, the animations, the button styles, and a lot more. Personally, I leave most things as they are because they look pretty good with the default settings. But if you want to customize everything specifically to how you want it to look, you can just take some time to go through all these settings and just look at all of the options. One thing I do recommend though, before you launch your store, is to go through every page on the mobile screen view. So here we can just change from the desktop view to the mobile view. And here we want to make sure everything looks good on the mobile screen as well. Now, usually there's nothing we need to do because every theme is fully responsive and usually it already looks pretty good on the mobile phone. But sometimes there are some things, some options we have that we can customize for the mobile screen size specifically. So for example, for this collection list here, we get some different options when we scroll down here on the left side. Under mobile layout, for example, we can change from 1 column to 2 columns here. And then we get this layout, which I personally think looks a bit better. So again, just go through all of your pages on the mobile screen view and just see what kind of options you get. And maybe you find something that looks a bit better on the mobile screen view.